What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? Round two of GreyMan on Tuesday, right? So thank you all for being here and taking the time out. I know, like I said, that's why I put that poll on the community tab, because I really wanted to know if you guys wanted two days with Grey on the live stream, right? Anyways, before we get started, let me say hello to some of you folks in chat. Since I didn't really get to do so much in the early chat, and if you haven't seen that chat yet, it was me and Bjorn Bull-Hansen, Bjorn Andreas Bull-Hansen. That was a great live stream today at noon. If you guys made it, if not, watch the replay. We had a good time. And let me say hello to some of you folks that made it into this live stream. All right. Mick Bean, Scottish Fitness, good to see you. Lily B, Fat Man Prepper, good to see you as well. Bullseye, Mama Bear J15, Northern Girl Hobbies, have a great day. That kind of sounds funny. It's like telling Northern Girl Hobbies to have a great day, but Northern Girl Hobbies and having a great day. Prepper Cowboy, Little Miss Prepper. Who else we got? B Walker, Prepper Cowboy. KT's in the house. Deacon's in the house as well. Good to see you folks. Who else do we got in here? You guys are chatting up, which is always good to see. What's up, JT? Kate, I think I said what's up to KT already. Try not to repeat myself, but I have a bad habit of doing that. You see here, Big Dog is in the house as well. I'm scrolling on through. Snakebite, what's up, brother? I think I said what's up to B Walker. Mike Styles, I see that. Harvey Black. You see, who else do we have in here? Curious Lass. Damn autocorrect. Yeah, I hear you. Autocorrect gets me all the time. Chris Marie's in the house. Bitter Critter. Chief Prepper. Good to see all you guys as well. Ladies and guys. I don't know. Sometimes I don't pay attention to what I'm saying. What's up, Barbara? Good to see you. Seabass, good to see you as well. Stewart's Prepping. South Florida DCL. Alien Prepper. Beamed all the way down to see us down here on planet Earth. And from MA. South Florida DCL. I think I got you already. Rich Wells. Let me see. Bonnie's in the house. Sunset. Colleen Rich. John Jones. Dreams Acres. East Tennessee Preparedness. Yarn. Rich. Tina. The Titan Preparedness Channel. East Tennessee Preparedness. Pantry Mom. I think I got everybody. Acres. Quarter Acre. Oh, man. I hope Pony Girl. Jeff. Let me see. I think I got everybody. John Jones. Angels arrived. Adobe Farrar. Time has begun. RG71. Jeff Sams. Survival Buzz. Oki Khan. Good to see you. All right. So just so you know, I did not get super prepared for this live stream because I didn't know how the voting was going to go. So I threw it together really quick and possible, as fast as I could. But I do have some content to go over with you. And the reason I named this The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is because I've had some things happen over yesterday. Had some bad things happen, kind of. You can kind of say bad things. Some worse than others. What's up, Joni? Eric? And what's up, Vera? How are you doing tonight, Vera? Hope you're doing well as well. Bringer of change. Still like another day, right, Mike? What's up, Big? And thank you, Northern Girl. Celtic. Anyways, folks, a lot of you folks have been following me for quite some time. So I'm going to start off with it's a bad but funny scenario what happened to me. And I was working on making a video for you guys on Monday, something that I've been looking forward to do, and I decided to break out the SS Monty. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the SS Monty, but it's a drone that I have. I've done some drone footage before on the channel, but we had a critical error, my friends. We had a critical error with the drone yesterday. And I was right at the end of finishing up the B-roll or the cuts that I wanted to do for the video. And I want to say with a very sad day that we lost the SS Monty, folks. But that being said, I do have some footage from that. I don't know if you guys would like to see that. It's about 1 minute and 30 seconds long. Basically, it's the last bit of footage right before I started the stream. I kind of spliced it together, put some music behind it, and figured I would share it with you folks in case you guys wanted to see the last bit of footage I have for the SS Monty, aka the drone. Yeah, Northern Girl, drone smash. It's worse than that. So what happened to the drone is I was trying to get some really cool footage. I was skimming across this lake and doing some flyovers and stuff like that, and I pushed the wrong button. It tapped the water. It came back up, gave me a critical error, and then she froze and then dropped. The funny part is, folks, I went all naked and afraid. I literally ran across through woods, stripping my clothes off into my skivvies. You guys want to see it? All right, we'll do for a 4-hour tour, right, B. Walker? I took all my shoes off, my boots, my gear, everything off. I jumped into this lake / pond, not fearing of gators, not fearing of snake. Anyways, not fearing of anything. And I got basically about a little bit, almost a little bit above waist, chest deep. And then I started seeing all the fish come to me, and I saw the drop off, and there was just no way that I could get into that mucky water and see where that drone was. So I just called it and went back on the shore and dried myself off, pulled the stuff out of my feet because there was a bunch of stickers and all kinds of stuff like that, and sat there and just stared at the water for a few minutes. But luckily, there's some positive news in regards to that. You know, Lady Grey's like, look, you've worked really hard. You've worked really hard doing what you're doing. She says, see if you can find maybe a used one or another one for a decent price. And we'll take the hit because, you know, it's something that you enjoy doing and something that you want to do on your channel. You know, eventually YouTube will take care of it. You know what I mean? With the AdSense and stuff like that. All right. So it is what it is. So if you guys want to see that, without further ado, I'll show that. I think it's about 1.5 minutes. I want to pause it real quick before we get started. So let me add it to the stream and let me pause it first because I want to make it full screen. And there's some sound to it. It's not too loud, but let's make it loud, or let's make it so you can see it. All right. So I know you guys were probably looking for the plop. Unfortunately, when it touched the water, it stopped recording and froze up. I was looking for that footage as well. It's probably on the SD card at the bottom of this swamp or this lake. Yeah, right. And I didn't video myself in my skivvies. I should have, but that would have made great content, right? I don't know if anybody would want to see that image. But you can see that you can get some really cool footage with that. So yes, luckily Lady Grey said, you know, you've worked hard, you know, get your replacement. So we'll have the SS Monty too. Too bad Monty's not here to see this because you guys donated so much to the channel back then for me to get that drone. So it's my responsibility for losing the drone at this point to basically replace that. Right, McBean, that would be funny. That would be funny. But I figured I wanted to share that footage with you because it was serene. It was a beautiful day out, folks. Gorgeous out there. Truly beautiful. What's up, Angela? Right, Moldy Soldier? Jeff said he will pass on the naked gray man. Hey, I hear you. I don't even like looking at myself, man. I don't even like looking at myself. Yes, you know, Northern Girl Hobbies, I thought about that too. Wouldn't that be smart? You spend $400 or $500 on a machine. You figure that it might float if it hits the water. You know what I mean? Or it has some sort of sensor on it. But Evidently it didn't, man. And folks, if you guys would have seen, and my wife was like, at least I know if you're willing to dive into the swamp for a drone, she says, I'm not worried about if we're ever in a survival situation that you would jump in after me and save us. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah, I'll take one for the team. I've been living in Florida so long, I have no fear of gators and snakes and stuff like that. And she was really worried. She was upset at me that I went into the water without anybody else around, because she said, what happens if you would have been bit or a gator got you? No one would have been around and you would have died and you would have left us. And I said, I know. I apologized, and I said I shouldn't have done it, but I did. Idiot with Ideas, thank you for the super chat. Monty Funeral Fund, thank you for that. As well as the Survival Buzz, Drone Money. You guys don't have to do that, folks. You guys don't have to super chat me for that. I appreciate it. Anything helps the channel out. I do appreciate you guys' thoughts. I appreciate that. Make pontoons for the next one, right, Rich? Survival Buzz, again, thank you for the super chat. And Snakebite, truly appreciate that super chat as well. Gator bait, right, Tia Marie? If you, that video that I did of Gator, when I got off behind the scenes, when me and Bjorn were talking in the previous live stream, he asked me about gators and stuff like that. And like I said, I've done a gator video footage. It's on the channel. I think it's on a playlist somewhere, which I got up close and personal with gators. I don't suggest you folks do that if you ever come to Florida. They can be very dangerous unless you know what you're doing. But thank you guys. I appreciate that. A couple things that I want to share with you guys before we get fully going here. Well, I guess we are going. We're 12 minutes in, right? No problem, Eric. No problem at all. Sin, good to see you. Set sail that day for 3-hour tour. Right, B Walker? That's great. You guys are awesome. You guys are pretty cool. That's why I like doing these live streams and stuff like that. And folks, I know some of you were said in the chat, like, hey, if you got stuff to do with your family, don't worry about doing a live stream. The missus, she's working till 9 p.m. this evening. I had nothing really else to do. I did my gardening when I got home. I ran some errands and stuff like that. I got home just in time to get situated for this live stream. Sunset, thank you for the super chat for Monty's funeral fund. I wish Monty was here. He would be so sad. They work so hard to get that drone. Thank you, Harvey. Yeah, Harvey put up the link for that close encounter with the Florida alligators. It was a fun time. Early on in my YouTube things, the footage is pretty nice. I had some pretty cool cuts in that. If you like gators, if you do. Anyways, Dupsy Daisy, good evening as well. A couple things I want to share with you guys. So I have a special guest coming on Thursday night's live stream. You guys remember I did my special guest. I had Bjorn from Norway. Well, I have, and I know I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, and Yarn's going to correct me on it. Let me pull it up here so you guys can see who I'm talking about. Let me share this screen here. Yarn, you're going to probably have to correct me, but I think it's Konstantin or Konstantin. Anyways, that's not working. That looks horrible. Let me bring this back up for you guys. Let me remove a couple things and bring up his channel. Anyways, I talked about this a couple live streams ago, but we're going to be having him on the channel on Thursday night. His channel is called Inside Russia. And it's nice to know to have someone on the channel that can tell us really what's going on in Russia. What is Russia like? And he has a pretty intriguing history. And we're going to dive into it, folks. We're going to talk with someone who's actually living in Russia on Thursday night stream at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's his channel. He does a lot of different live streams. Some great information, folks. So we're going to have him on the channel Thursday night. So look forward to that. As well, I wanted to bring up after tonight on my live stream, or tonight after my live stream, 8 p.m. I don't know how many folks are familiar with Hudson Valley Survival, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. He's going to be going live at 8 p.m. If you guys, he's a intriguing gentleman. He's see him in the chat sometimes. Good guy. He's going to be interviewing New York Prepper. If you guys want some more live stream after this live stream ends. Let me remove that there. But I wanted to at least let you guys know and give you the heads up that we will be having a really personal look at what's going on in Russia from a Russian citizen's perspective. He's also been in the United States. He lived in California for some time as well. So that should be pretty intriguing. Really, angels arrived. That's rough. And I hope you are all right as well. And holy crap. Thank you, Prepper Cowboy. Truly appreciate that super chat. I'm glad I caught that up at the top. SS Monty, fun, too fun. Keep it going, Gray. I appreciate that, Prepper Cowboy. I truly appreciate the support, folks. I do. And I'm glad I caught that. Also, what else did I want to bring up for you guys before we move on too far? Try to make sure there was anything else I wanted to cover. I got that and that. I think that's it. OFC Nation, good to see you. Right, Daily Prepper? I hear you, man. And thanks, Harvey, for posting that. Matter of fact, I should have, I have Hudson Valley's channel here. I'll post that in the chat as well. So yeah, if you guys, the drone footage was really cool. I've done some in the past. I feel that drones can also be an asset in the preparedness community. I know of an EMP, that's a different story, but it's a great reconnaissance thing. Think about the way our military uses drones. I showed folks in the past how you can hunt. Instead of having to walk miles and miles and miles in search of water, you can throw this drone up in the air and skim across the landscape and look for, let's say, a water resource instead of having to hike a bunch of different directions and kind of making that assumption that you might come across it. As well, if someone in your party gets lost, you can really bring that drone and face that camera down and kind of find people or find the enemy and see where the enemy positions are and know either to walk a different direction and do some other things, you know what I mean? So they can come in handy for prepping. Now, I'm not saying everybody rush out and go buy a drone, but they can come in handy with as well as your other gear, especially when they fit in the palm of your hand, folks. It's very lightweight, very convenient. Gators taste yummy. Okay, I do agree. Gators, especially, the thing is with tourists, a lot of tourists will come to Florida and they'll go to these restaurants and order gator. It's nothing like real fresh gator. For gator to truly taste amazing, at least from my perspective, is once that live gator, and once you you gut it, you skin it, and you do all the things you need to do with it and process that meat, fresh gator nuggets it's just amazing. It's the way it tastes. Yeah, right. Sunset could have been a possibility. Gator tail is awesome. I agree, 100%. Pony Girl, if you ever get a drone, I would say practice with it in a small park, if you like in a small baseball field or something like that, because you don't want to do what I did and lose a $400 or $500 piece of equipment in the water. So play with it out there somewhere. Make sure you look at your local laws and stuff like that. What's up, David? Good to see you as well. Everybody, David the Good's in chat. I just saw him pop up. Snow crab and chicken. It could be a possibility. I love snow crab too, David, to be honest with you. Snow crab is truly good. And not making me think, folks, not this week, but next week, I'm going to do a follow-up to my garden video. It's coming along. The sweet cherry 100 tomatoes are popping up. The eggplants are popping up. The sunflowers are popping up. The strawberries are popping up. We got all kinds of stuff this year in the garden down here in Zone 9B. So stay tuned. I'll be doing a garden update probably next week or somewhere around that time as I'm getting things worked in. I've been spending a lot of time out there and looking forward to sharing that with you folks. Also, that being said, I had a couple of people make comments that they wanted to see me how I set up my grow bags. Yeah, exactly, David. I agree, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the harvest on those cherry 100 tomatoes. Or the sweet cherry 100s. I always forget to add the sweet in there. So very looking forward to that. Grasshoppers taste like sardines. I don't think I've ever had grasshoppers. The only bug that I think I've ever eaten willingly was mealworms in high school when they were doing some sort of dare or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but have a great day. Gray, feel free to come to get some of my gators and cook them up. Right on, man. I have I call them two good old boys that do a lot of my gator hunting for me because they get the tags, because it's the way it works around here in Florida. At least in my area, you got to get these tags and you got to put in for a lottery and a bunch of other stuff like that. A lot of people do it on their own, but of course that's illegal, so I'm not condoning that. Snakebite says yes, video on the grow bags, because I just don't throw dirt in the grow bags, folks. I do a little bit of a layering in the grow bag and put some other stuff in there because soil is expensive, especially good soil. And being in Florida, where we're just surrounded by sand, I have to go out and buy good soil. So I take soil from last year, mix it up, and give it some kind of re-nutrify the soil for a base layer, and also use some like newspaper and some other things for my compost, and make the soil. Most of my plants that I've been growing, like strawberries, they really like loose soil, and some of the other plants I have, they don't like it too compact and tight. Plus, I need this year I'm doing something different, and I'm doing an experiment with the strawberries as well. But I'm using straw. I don't like to use hay because that can turn into a nightmare with grasses and stuff like that. So I use basically straw. I buy a bale of straw, and I lay that down to kind of like for a couple of reasons. One, it helps retain that moisture in that grow bag, because grow bags they're great for certain things, but here in Florida, the moisture can evaporate quickly. Also, to protect that layer of soil. So when the sun's beating down on that soil, I wanted to put that layer of straw on there to help protect that soil as well. I've been learning a lot of different things. Poor country living, get some rabbits, best fertilizer ever. Poor country, oh, and speaking of which, God, it just reminded me, and I hate giving bad news to you folks. It just made me think about the rabbits, because I wanted to get chickens this year, but a lot of you guys know I might be moving. Or not that I might, I probably, most likely 95% I'll be moving, but I wanted to tell you some bad news. This was the worst news yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty hard day. Hey, what's up, Christy? Thank you. Not that I can remember, but I'm always up to trying anything. Roger that. Have a great day. The property. Remember the property that we purchased? Well, it went south, folks. Basically, when the surveyor and the land management guys came back with the report, what do they call it? I can't think of the damn name that they gave me, but it's a name, whatever. Basically, out of the 1.25 acre, whatever, 1.2 acres, almost an acre was 100% wetland. So that being said, in order to build on it, I would have to do a lot of mitigation, and they averaged the cost of about $100,000, a little over $100,000 to mitigate that land, as well as they found a couple tortoises that I would have to relocate, and that would be like $8,000 a tortoise. Anyways, a bunch of problems arise, so we pulled back our offer. They gave us back our, what do they call it, earnest money. We gave them the earnest money to kind of hold the property. Then once we got that report back, we canceled the deal, folks. So agreed, David, 100%, 100%. And that's, I agree with the whole rabbit situation as well. That's why I prefer the chickens, a little bit easier to maintain and stuff like that. Hey, Angela, it happens. That's why we bought the house, or building the house as so that we can use that as an investment property. And I had a feeling too, you know what I mean? When I was walking the property, I found some different things. Part of it was in a flood zone area, the whole wetland thing. Anyways, it was just going to cost me way too much money. So we had to give it up. So we're back at the drawing board with the land situation. Northern Girl, exactly. Things do happen for a reason. And JT, I appreciate that. Chickens also have more fat than rabbits. Agreed. My goal would be chickens at first. Chickens seem to be the most easy to deal with for price point and stuff like that. Now, I know they don't breed maybe as fast as rabbits and stuff do. And rabbits are very lean versus chickens and stuff like that. But, I'm not an expert, so I don't want you to take for what I say gospel. There's a lot more educated people when it comes to farm animals than I myself. But eventually, when I do get these farm animals, like I said, we're still going to eventually, once we get a property, we're still going to get the chickens, the donkey, and the turkeys and whatnot. So that'll be a part of the channel eventually. Just wish me luck. We're continuously working with a lot of different people, land management people, to try to help us find property. Worst case scenario, we have to go a little further north than we expected of this county. Build a chicken tractor right on Daily Prepper. Wow, Christy, that is rough. What's up, Texas T? Eggs are good. And see, that's my problem. Appalachian Nature is I'm an egg fanatic. I love eggs because the amount of nutrition in that small egg is just amazing, amazing. And I'm a huge egg person. I love eggs I like getting my eggs, scrambling some eggs. This is my goal. I would like to go out to the hen house, grab some eggs, go to my garden, grab some peppers, some onions, maybe some tomatoes, dice it up and throw it in there and have an omelet literally from my backyard than having to go to the store and purchase it. Yeah, Minute Man, it always does. My tongue is always tripping over itself. Exactly, Dale. I appreciate that. And clean it for sure. Little Alaskan home place, eventually, maybe. I don't know. I can't say no to anything. I might have rabbits. I might have chickens. Some people say don't get goats. There's all kinds of different things. We're looking at a lot of different options. And we'll probably experiment with a lot of different things to see what works best for us and our situation. Tia Marie says, bummer, but welcome to Florida. Chickens want to breed them. Get a couple of silky hens. They'll sit on any keg, on any eggs. Ours even sat on a peacock eggs. Really, a peacock? That's crazy. Hey, Cindy. All right, and I gotta keep an eye on the time because I started late and I didn't want it to go too long. I want to make sure it's 7:42. Okay, so we got a little bit of time. I did want to show you a couple of things, folks, in regards to some things that I picked up on the way in to this live stream. I agree, Snakebite. Barbara. Backyard outlaw omelets matter. Right on, Northern Girl. Oh, man, that's hilarious. I eat about 4 dozen eggs a week. McBean, I'm right there with you, brother. Love the protein. Love the what you get out of it. Empress Kimberly. No goats, please. I know people have warned me about goats. 100. We are set on the donkey, the chickens, and the turkeys. We are set on those 3 already. So that's where we're going to kind of go with that. Good night. Pray for peace, and thank you for hanging out for a bit. Dragon, Dragon, thank you for the super chat. You've always been such an extreme supporter of the channel. I truly appreciate that. So Dragon says, no goats, great. You'll just be inviting chupacabras to invade your property. LOL. And hiya. Good to see you, Dragon. I truly appreciate that again, brother. Appreciate the support, my friend. Oh, man. All right. Jive turkeys. I love it. So, folks, I came across a couple things, and a lot of us always talk, speaking of which, have a great day. You threw that name out there, and it made me think about the Charlie Victor. If you look at Psaki, Hillary, Obama, who else? They've all gotten it as of lately. I thought it was kind of ironic that things have died down a bit, and all of these folks have gotten it now. I'm surprised Corn Pop hasn't picked it up yet either. Or maybe he has and they're not telling us. I don't know. Yeah, conservation stuff, Okie. In regards to wetlands. Florida is really weird with that. Sun says, what is a chupacabra? I think it's like a half goat, half beast, evil creature. I have my eggs in a cake. Oh, man. But anyways, so on a serious note, I wanted to, first of all, I need you guys to listen to Corn Pop. Sheep taste better. Right on, Texas Tea. I never thought about sheep as well. I don't know how sheep would do in Florida. I'll have to ask some of the... Yeah, chat is flying. I'm surprised, and I have it on a 2-second delay or 5-second, because I didn't really think a lot of people would be joining me after I did a live stream earlier this afternoon. Anyways, a lot of us talk about the NWO. And as we've talked about earlier, what was I going to say? As we talked about it earlier in me and Bjorn's live stream, I wanted to show you, I wanted to bring up Corn Pop's little speech real quick. So let me, yeah, right, Rich? But let me bring this up because these folks, they're not scared. Oh, exactly. Have a great day. These folks are throwing around this word like it's no big deal at this point. Remember when they used to call us conspiracy theorists when we talked about the New World Order and we talked about a lot of this stuff like that, and people looked at us like we were insane. Right on, Christy, and that's an issue, But anyways, before I get too far off topic, let me bring this up for you folks. Listen to this. And maybe you guys have listened to it already. This is not like something that I found somewhere. This is off the whitehouse.gov. So let me bring it up for you guys to see.
I believe in the world economy, not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it. So anyway.
Yeah, so he says we need a new world order, a liberal world order, and we're going to lead it. Very scary words if you folks understand what new world order means. And I know some people say that we take it out of context here in the preparedness community. I don't. If you look at this and you look at the history of this stuff, it's bad juju, to say the least. I appreciate that, Ann Palmer. It was definitely a great stream. I agree, B. Walker. I agree 100%. Right on. Agreed. And it's just a very scary fact, folks. When they don't care anymore. They are just basically preaching it, and they don't care. A lot of you folks have asked me about chemical weapons, right? I wanted to show you something that I came across real quick. I'm trying to get this done before the end of the stream. Let me make this so you can see me as well. But it says, a lot of you guys know what AI is, right? Artificial intelligence. It says AI designs 40,000 new chemical weapons in 6 hours. Folks, these people are messing around with crazy stuff. They're using computers to design chemical weapons. 40,000 new chemical weapons in 60 hours. It says it took an artificial intelligence just 6 hours to come up with 40,000 potentially lethal molecules, including some that resemble VX, one of the most toxic substances in existence. The responsible researchers say this is a wake-up call. The experiment was carried out by researchers from Collaborations Pharmaceuticals. The company actually uses machine learning to research drugs and new treatment options for rare diseases as a part of the SPIES Convergence, a conference on developments that could impact the biological weapons conventions. The scientists gave their AI a slightly different assignment. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's some scary stuff right there, to be honest with you. That's some scary stuff. Oki, you know, it's funny you say that. I've seen that a lot happen here. You saw that this morning? Poor country living. It's scary stuff. Skynet will become self-aware next year. Right on, Minute Man. Miss Worm could be a good possibility too. It could be a good possibility. I wouldn't be surprised. GreyMan, and we supposed to worry about climate change? Exactly, Cindy. Exactly. Oh boy. Claus says you will eat the bugs, right, Marine? Our world is getting very, very crazy, to say the least. You know, as I look into these articles and I dig into this research and find things to discuss on the channel, some of it is quite scary. And I don't want to scare you folks, but my main concern here is that you guys are aware of some of the things that are transpiring that some people may not be aware of. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Did you see the Evergreen cargo ship stuck again? Yeah, I saw that, B. Walker. How did they get stuck again is my question, right? A lot of things happen purposeful. Oh, speaking of which, I want to send out prayers to anyone that happens to be on the channel or knows someone that was affected by the tornadoes out there in Texas and some of the surrounding areas. I saw a lot of footage down in the Discord, as well as some of the footage I came across, and prayers to those people out there that were affected by that storm. Goes to show that you just never know, folks. Hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, floods, volcanoes, earthquakes, things can arrive without a moment's notice. And all I could say is just be prepared, folks. Worst case scenario, you have a get home bag, right? Or a bug out bag, or whatever you like to call it. You have a bag with supplies in it in case something happens and a tornado levels your house. Hopefully you have that bag in a secure location that if you have to be put into a shelter or somewhere in the meantime until things get resolved and the chaos comes, they fix the chaotic situation, that you have things to make you and your family comfortable. That's why bug out bags are not, I hear you, Yarn. Bug out bags are not just for the end of the world. Bug out bags can be for a lot of different uses. Or if you just want to put a get home bag in your car, in where it's not fully loaded. Have some options, folks, because it always worries me that something's going to happen to someone, a fire or something like that. If a fire is brewing in my house and it's something that's uncontrollable. Now, when it comes to, I tell people all the time, having fire extinguishers throughout your house is huge, especially if you store things like gasoline, lamp oil, and other things like that that are extremely flammable. Having some redundancies in regards to safety in your home is another key component to preparedness. But anyways, back to the get home bag. It's just, hopefully you have a bag with things that are essential to you. And also, some people are very smart and they'll put some other important things in there, like some important documents and stuff like that, or at least photocopies or something of that nature, in case all is lost. These are things that I think about. I'm always thinking like several steps ahead in the aspect of like, well, what if this happens? What do I need to resolve this issue, or how can I get survive or deal with the situation in a better light than other than just having this in my bag? What else can I put here that I can grab and go? What can I have somewhere else? You know, like maybe if you have family that are like you have family in your MAG, or your mutual assistant group, or your family that you're preparing with in a different location, maybe make some copies or duplicates of some of the identification pictures or anything that's very important to you, and keep them there as well in case something happens to your main house or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give you some food for thought when it comes to stuff. When it comes to, I put some lifeboat food in my bag. Right on, Alien Prepper. Bitter Critter, and yes, knowledge is a huge part of gear. I can understand what you mean by knowledge. Sorry, I almost misspoke there. Knowledge is super important. Having the know-how to, you know, process wood, hunt, how to fix things, how to do things, how to understand medical procedures and things like that. Now, gear does play it to me a little bit into that, you know, because let's say you have all the knowledge of how to suture someone up, or if someone was to get shot, you need to have some gear in order to help you with that knowledge. But knowledge is something you carry everywhere you go, so that's always a great thing to have. And like I said, you guys know I'm a big proponent of books. Excuse me. And it looks like we're doing good. I realize we have over 150 folks in chat and 108 thumbs up. I truly appreciate those thumbs up. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. There's one other thing that I wanted to go over with you guys before I run out of time here. Agreed, John. Knowledge is power. Let me see. I didn't see what you got. I'm trying to back up a little bit. Bugs creep me out. Yes. Having some of those wiggly, creepy crawlies in your mouth. I just, yeah, couldn't do it myself. Empress Kimberly, and that's what I hope that you guys get from some of the information, either the content, the live streams, the interviews, that you guys get an opportunity to maybe learn something that you were unaware of, or at least, like my favorite saying is to plant the seed with you guys so that you guys can grow into something bountiful and beautiful, and learn from everything that, you know, that you hear on the tube, or from myself or other channels like it. That's smart, Minute Man. We have a shortage of books here in Arkansas. Really, Bitter Critter? That's crazy. I'm just a huge proponent of bugs. I'll eat bugs before I eat fake meat. Jan, I can agree with you there, Jan. Yeah, no Soylent Green, right? Anyways, let me bring up one last thing that I wanted to share with you guys. This is from Farm Policy News. I don't know why I'm speaking weird. This was dated March 21st. Let me see here. Let me share it, bring it up with you guys. Anyways, it says war threatens to cause global food crisis by Jack Nikas, the New York Times. This was posted, was it yesterday? Anyways, it says a crucial portion of the world's wheat, corn, and barley is trapped in Russia and Ukraine because of the war, while an even larger portion of the world's fertilizers is stuck in Russia and Belarus. The result is the global food and fertilizer prices are soaring. Since the invasion last month, wheat prices have increased by 21%, barley by 33%, and some fertilizers by 40%. It says the upheaval is compounded by major challenges that were already increasing prices and squeezing supplies, including the pandemic, shipping constraints, high energy costs, and recent droughts, floods, and fires. Anyways, this goes into a little bit more context. Maybe I'll take this article and put it down in the description. But I want you to guys know that we've been preaching about stacking it to the rafters for quite some time. And if you haven't done so, it's probably the best thing to do, because prices are skyrocketing tremendously. It's truly getting out of hand. But anyways, in here, it's I wanted to what is it? The one part I wanted to quote right there. It says, the Times article indicated a lot of people think that it's just going to mean that their bagels are going to become more expensive. That's what the majority of folks, that's all they think, is they think that food is just going to become more expensive. And like that quote, that statement right there says, a lot of people think that this is just going to mean that their bagels are going to become more expensive. That's where they're dead wrong. It says, and that's absolutely true, but that's not what this is about, said Ben. I can't even say his name, but Ben said, a long agriculture analyst with Scotia Bank. Since the 1970s, North Africa and the Middle East have grappled with repeated uprisings, which actually led to people going into the streets and protesting. He said, it starts from food shortages and from food price inflation. This is what I've said time and time again, that we may see food riots. We may see people do things and crime and things start to escalate because people won't be able to buy food. And if there's not enough food to go around, people are going to go and get into some bad situations. So that's why people in the preparedness community, that's why we always say, if you can, buy extra food, learn how to store rice for a long time. All these other things that we teach and talk about, this is why, because things are happening. Things are happening as we see. And the crops last year were horrible. Just think about this year's crops. Now, you might not see things as bad as they're going to be right off rip, you know what I mean? Or maybe you're in a major city where they have a surplus, but things are going to start dwindling down, especially if things continue to go the route that they're going. Let me remove that and bring chat back up so I can see what you guys are doing. Last day at 45, admin Pompeo spoke of Voice America Radio taking in from being reliable, trusted. Sorry, I just jump in the chat and start reading. Frank Short's going to start taking this personally. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What's up, Pure Blood? Everybody up here calls them seagulls. I call them bagels. Get with like-minded people in your area if you can. Dupsy, I agree. Folks, I do have a Discord down below. I had the link down there. Harvey and a couple other folks will drop that. A lot of folks have been joining the Discord and trying to find like-minded folks in their area. Plus, we can share a lot more information down in Discord a lot faster than we can on YouTube. And there's things on Discord that we can share that you can't really get on YouTube because of certain restrictions that the platform will put on you. Dupsy, agreed. A lot of you guys know water and food are just two truly key elements for survival. There's a lot of books out there, and they're fictional books that you can read about apocalyptic events like EMPs, nuclear fallout, and everything always comes down to a critical component, which is food and water, because people, the majority of people just don't think it will ever happen. This chat goes, so MSJ, I have it on slow mode. I guess I'm going to have to start slowing it down a little bit lower. Some people don't like it on slow mode because they can't speak as fast as they like to, but next live stream, I'll slow it down to 5 seconds. I didn't really think a lot of people were going to join me this evening because I had the live stream earlier with Bjorn. And if you haven't seen that, go take a look at it. It was a great live stream, folks. I really had a great time. Where are we at on time? Okay, folks. So I do want to wrap this up. I do apologize for the short live stream. I think we went about 45 minutes here. But I wanted to, tell you guys what happened with the drone and with the property and some other stuff, things like that, and kind of show you a little bit of some stuff that I came across before I came on the live stream, and also show you that quick clip of the drone footage of the SS Monty. Thank you all the folks that did a super chat. Truly appreciate your support on that. And members, I truly appreciate you guys' support every month. As Yarn Prepper says, if you ever want to support our channel, watch a few commercials when you're going through their content. It helps very much. But I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. Like I said, if you guys want to watch more content, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival is going live with New York Prepper on his channel. You can check him out. And then Thursday, don't forget, we're going to talk to someone who lives in Russia. And we're going to see what life is like in Russia right now, and his perspective from that Thursday night on the live stream at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I really look forward to that. It's definitely going to be an intriguing live stream. Want to make sure I covered everything else. Other than that, again, thank you folks for joining me this evening. Truly appreciate your time. Mods, thank you guys for doing what you do. You guys are awesome folks. Please, everybody, please stay safe. Stack it to the rafters. And I'll see you guys next time. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in a rebound. God bless.